Hello and welcome, dear viewers, to a special edition of today's Youth. And today, as we're celebrating the fourth day of Eid al-Adha, or the Feast of Sacrifice, we'll be talking about celebration and specifically youth celebrations on those festivities. And we'll be joined shortly over the phone by Sally Islam. She's a public administration instructor. We will talk with her about the way she celebrates Eid al-Adha here in Egypt. Short break and we'll be back. Welcome back, dear viewers, and as we mentioned earlier, we're going to be talking about celebrations of Eid al-Adha, or the Feast of Sacrifice. And with us over the phone is Sally Islam, a public administration instructor. Good afternoon, Sally.
Good afternoon.
Happy Eid to you, dear. Happy Eid to you.
Thank you so much, and to you too.
Sally, tell me, how do you celebrate Eid al-Adha or the Feast of Sacrifice here in Egypt, and how do you see youth celebrations of those festivities here in Egypt in general?
Yes. First of everything, we want to say that millions of Egyptian Muslim people across the country pray Eid al-Adha prayer as a holiday known as the Feast of Sacrifice. Commemorate them, Muslims people believe with Prophet Ibrahim with sacrifice his son Ismail alayhi salam as a test of the feast of his feast. So in Cairo, a lot of men and women pray Eid al-Adha prayer as an important part of Muslims' holiday. Of course, this is beautiful, and I always want to see the happiness and people enjoy Al-Eid. And according to me, I enjoy celebrating Al-Eid by sacrificing with my family and charity with the poor people, demonstrate me there, and go out with my friends.
Great. Sally, you told me before the air that you've lived in the Sultanate of Oman. So tell me, what's the differences or similarities and differences between traditions here in Egypt and Sultanate of Oman with regards to Eid celebrations and specifically this Feast of Sacrifice?
Yes, here in Egypt we have a family reunion, and also we have the sacrifice and charity with poor people and go out with and so on. But there in Oman we have something called Al-Hatta. This is like a celebration before Al-Eid, a few days before Al-Eid. These days we have Al-Hatta in many governments and in Oman, and in each place we have Al-Hatta in it. It seems like market, like a small market, and many people there sell everything, sell some dresses, some traditional customs, everything related to Al-Eid. So this is like something different between here in Egypt and there in Oman. And also in Oman, we have, I think, in first and second and third, we have different ways of firing the meat. When first day, we have something called shewa, and something called mendi, and something called, I think, arsiya, and so on, some tradition food related to them, and they're so delicious. But here in Egypt, we have pasta.
Great. Of course, on such festivities and these special celebrations, we cannot forget our brothers and sisters in Gaza. We're praying for them, and in your opinion, how can they celebrate under such harsh circumstances?
Yes, actually, I follow some channels related to Palestine and Gaza and how can people celebrate there. And I find people, mashallah, they pray Eid al-Adha prayer, and they try to celebrate and to feel happiness, especially for kids, because kids, this is the first year of many kids celebrate an Eid without their parents. So people there trying to let them feel the happiness and share the happiness and enjoyment with these kids by giving them balloons, by giving some gifts, some small gifts, by smiling, by giving them some words. But actually, these people or these kids feel the sadness inside them. But this is an Eid, and they have to be happy. So people there trying to share the happiness with these people or these kids.
Sally, the Feast of Sacrifice or Eid al-Adha is not just a religious celebration. It also includes charity work and a lot of praying and the feeling of the poor and the needy. How do you see the community service organization and charity organizations work during these occasions with regards specifically to a distribution of meat to the poor and needy?
Yes, so as you say that this Eid, not just Eid al-Fitr by celebrating the family reunion and so on only, but also by sharing sharing with poor people their needs or so on. And the organization here in Egypt or in our country and or in different countries, like government organizations or non-government organizations, they are trying to share this responsibility with people. So I can see this act of this organization by sharing the sacrifice with them as like sharing the responsibilities of these people to the poor family in their country. Actually, if they are not in their country, they can send their money they want to spend it in the sacrifice to the country, and the country will give it to the poor people, and it's already known the poor people inside this country. So this is very good sharing with them.
Sally, how does this tradition of sharing and compassion strengthens and reinforces relations among Muslims, not only in Egypt, but also around the world and in other Arab countries?
It's very important celebrate to strengthen their connections with others, because I can see many people here in my country or all over the world, they can send their money to sacrifice in South Africa to the poor people there. So this is a type of sharing which was very good, and as I like the message that I sent to them, that I feel you, I feel your needs, I feel you're hungry, I want to share my money with you, I want to share my food with you, take these sacrifices to you. And also when people have some relatives around the country, around the world, sorry, they can go to celebrate their Eid with their families, and also they can call them, or they can call them by video calls or by phone message or by phone calling. So this is very good to share. This is very good occasion to celebrate and to have family reunion. Whatever the thing that we use, but we have family reunion, and we have family reunion, and it's very good to our health, to our self-health.
Great. Sally, we're going to go. We're going to go to a short break, and we'll be right back with you.
Inshallah, thank you.
يا من أتيت فزدت حبنا أسعدتنا وجمعت يا من أتيت فزدت حبنا أسعدتنا وجمعت شملنا أنت
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still with my guest over the phone, Sally Islam, and we were talking about celebrations of Eid al-Adha here in Egypt and around the world. Sally, what would you say about the government announcement on the offering of sacrificial bones for Egyptians abroad?
The government is, by this acting is she is trying, or government is trying to help people who is outside Egypt or abroad Egypt, to help people inside. So the government here is giving hand to them to take their money, the amount of money they want to give to the poor people, and try to use it to the poor people here in Egypt, especially because it knows very well. It knows the poor people and how to give the poor people. So I can see this acting like giving hand, or helpness for this government to these people.
Great. Also, the sacrificial sukuk. This is a very important initiative by the Ministry of Endowment. How far do you think this is a successful project, and how far is its impact on the needy and the poor here in Egypt?
Yes, it's a successful trying by the government, or by Sukuk, sorry, because it's giving hand to these people, the poor people, to reach the meat, or the amount of sharing of the people, and of course it goes to the people who need it, especially because the people who need it, we don't know the people in general don't know, especially these people. But I think Sukuk, if you put your money there and you can be in this in Sukuk, so you can spend your money, or send your money, or your supplication to the poor people who need it, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept it, because it especially go to these people who need it. And I can see this acting is a very successful acting, because it's giving hand to the rich people and giving hand also to the poor people. It's like a middle point, but it's a successful middle point.
Great. Well, Sally, what are the most important unique traditions here in Egypt that are different than other Arab countries and other African countries, for example, when it comes to Eid celebrations? What's so unique about Egypt?
About Egypt, what's unique, I think family reunion is different between other countries. You know why? Because here the family reunion take another shape. We have a festa, and we have together with all the family in one house and so on. But I think in each country we have different traditions. I think in Morocco, people there they are wearing special customs, and they have traditions, and some different tradition, and they have a pancake. But here in Egypt we have festa. And also we have there in Morocco, I think we have the family mandi. We don't have it here in Egypt, but we have cookies, I think. Also in Malaysia, people decorate their homes by the lamps, which called pallets, and cook also traditional food. Okay, but here in Egypt, we can go outside. We can go to Alex. We can go to Sharm el-Sheikh, and we can go to any place which has beach and so on to spend our holiday. And I want to talk about Oman also. And Eid in Oman, celebrating of Eid in Oman, a remarkable social gathering and religion feast. We're starting from the first and place month of Eid al-Adha. with the early preparation of Hafta. And I told you about Hafta. This is tradition marketplace where all items required for Eid al-Adha celebrate and available and take places at all the governments and in Oman also prior of Eid al-Adha.
Great. Sally, what are the most important food traditions during the 4 days of Eid here in Egypt? I'm talking about Egypt.
Egypt, I think also al-Fattah. This is the most important thing that we have in al-Eid, al-Fattah. And also I think the cookies and some people, but not in this Eid. In Eid al-Fitr we have some ringa and shellfish like this one.
Great.
But in Oman we have, I told you, Shewa, Menzi, and Asiya, and especially this Shewa, I want to say something that, can I say something about Shewa?
Yeah. Well, Sally, we're going to go to short break and we'll be right back with you.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Yes, welcome.
فرفشة وخروجة حلوة على عشا. خمسة فرفشة وخروجة حلوة على عشا. ولفة بمركبة ومية حوالينا مطرطشة. خمسة فرفشة وخروجة حلوة على عشا. ولفة بمركبة ومية حوالينا مطرطشة. ودول بيحبوا دول وكله بالأصول. ما تعكرش السهر وكم مشوار اتمشى. ومين اللي اتكسف ومين اللي اختشى. وش مين هيتلوي والجو عالي عالي قوي. ده اللي بيستخسر الفرحة ده أكيد مشتوي. عمنا مسنون موت يلا طالبة حنطوط. دلوقتي قلوبنا تتصارع ولا نلف وندور. خمسة فرفشة وخروجة حلوة على عشا. ولفة بمركبة ومية حوالينا مطرطشة.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and as we mentioned earlier, the celebrations of Eid al-Adha, or the Feast of Sacrifice, is not just a religious celebration, it's also a time for solidarity and unity with other Muslims in Egypt and around the world, and time for charitable work and community service organization to show how far they are very positive with regards to the poor and the needy and the meat distribution which is taking place here in Egypt during the 4 days of Eid al-Adha. Well, I would like to thank you so much, Sally, if you're still with me over the phone. Thank you very much for joining us, Sally Islam. She was my guest today. She's a public administration instructor. Thank you so much, Sally, for joining us.
You're
and
welcome.
happy Eid to all our dear viewers here on Nile TV International. With this, we come to the end of this edition of today's Youth Special Edition. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for more coming up here on Nile TV International.